Hello and welcome to another episode of Wednesday Night Undressed. I am Lou, your host, and I have a full house tonight. Tonight I've got on the keyboard, on the mixing board, Mr. Neil Rasmussen. I got Fernando. I got Sofia. I got, who are you? I got Cassie. I got Jullian. I got Ivo Ivanov, the man of the hour, tower power, too sweet to be sour, made of solid steel and sex appeal, makes the men all jealous and the women squeal. My man, Ivo Ivanov.
Good night, we're done.
I got Alena. I got Meredith.
Bro, after Ivo's intro? Okay. Shit,
I got Chris. And again, I'm Lou. How is everybody doing?
Peachy.
Great.
I'm all right.
Slightly offended.
How was your day?
I feel like that means my job is done. Maybe we should just shut this thing down.
I'm starting to wonder which retirement home you're going into.
Oh my goodness.
Get him, Jullian.
Oh my goodness. We're going to the barber right after this, so.
What?
All right. So, first question. We have essentially the first snow of 2024 in the area. And everybody's school got shut down. Most of our offices got shut down. And at least in my neighborhood, we got like 2 inches of snow. Anybody get more snow than that? How much did you get?
I'm going to say we got probably about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was closer to 3.
Gotcha. So, what is an acceptable amount of snow? Like, because for me, the snow is still fun. When does it stop being fun?
Every time it snows.
Jullian?
I think it stops being fun when it gets like to where you couldn't see like a medium-sized dog. Like if you were, for example, to take a medium-sized dog
and drown
put
it in snow
and put it in the snow, if the snow went above them, that's when it's like okay, that's a little much.
What are we calling a medium-sized dog?
Like I'd say like
talking like a Labrador as in comparison to like a
maybe
Great
like
Dane?
like a pit bull.
Okay.
You know, personally, I like snow no matter what, but I say the worst time is when you get like, you can't leave your house because there's so much. That's probably the worst. Yeah, I really like snow. I would love to like have a lot of snow, so.
Fernando, you're not from these parts.
I'm not.
Did you grow up with snow?
No, never. Like I saw once, like traveling, but never there. I saw some small fragments in deep south of Brazil. But it's kind of a pain. I hate to drive, like not when it's really icy road. Like I like when you have a snow like that, and then day after is a perfect temperature and off to melt most of it. I got snow in Iowa, like bad, like driving. A lot of gear, big car. Like it was, I had some like driving was always like my biggest fear. It's nice to enjoy the snow, but you need to commute. Man, like I never would live in like north,
like Wisconsin, someplace.
Probably, yeah. But my snow limit is like Chihuahua height. If it goes above a Chihuahua, I start getting pissed.
Chihuahuas don't like snow, that's for sure.
So, Sofia, did you inherit Fernando's unnatural dislike of snow?
Yeah, I fucking hate the snow.
Good girl.
It's just like, listen, I like looking at it, right? I mean, and it's nice because I don't leave my abode often. Like the other day, it snowed. And
I have no garage. You have no garage.
That sucks ass, dude. Oh my god, this morning, because I didn't leave my apartment at all yesterday. And this morning I had to go somewhere, and I had to like shovel off the snow from my car. I was like, man, this fucking sucks.
Do you have a shovel?
No, or not a shovel,
scraper.
Scraper. You know what I mean? But it felt like shoveling because it was so thick. I was like, this sucks. But I don't know. It's nice to look at from afar, but God, it's just so inconvenient. Like I don't know. I'm a summer person. I don't like winter. I don't like the cold. But if it's I will say if it's gonna be cold and like icy, I'd rather there be snow too, because it's like at least then it'll look cool.
Gotcha.
Instead of just being inconvenient.
So, Mr. Ivanov, I know that you are a skier, or at least you were a skier growing up. So, what are your thoughts on snow?
I grew up with a lot of snow. I got to mention when we were talking about Fernando's experience that the only snow we find in Brazil is Colombian snow.
Nice. Good. And it's good if it will cover a Chihuahua. So,
are you aware of the
that one he's
street
okay with
value
being
of this
pit bull
mountain?
height.
A lot would get enormous amount of snowfall to a point where we had mini skis and like basically ski shoes, and we would go to school wearing those. I had about 15-20 minute commute, pedestrian commute to school, and I would just ski there. We would carry our skis to school on our shoulder, and then after school, which ended at 1 p.m., we would get on the streetcars. The streetcar goes all the way to the mountain, and then there's a gondola lift that goes for about half an hour. We've taken it, I think,
Yes.
to the top of the mountain and then ski down.
I didn't ski down Mount Vitosha.
Because you're
We were
not
in the
white.
summer. To me, skiing, snow is not a problem. It's different though because people expect it there, and people have chains for their tires, and they have winter tires. So everybody come October, November changes their tires on their vehicles. The public transportation never stops, no matter how much snow there is. The cleaning services are fantastic. So, it's not a big deal. Here, it's obviously a problem because we have had so very little snow lately. The last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
The last couple of 2-3 years, there's no snow. And so the problem is people that came into driving age in these last 10 years have no idea how to drive in snow. So they assume it's just like driving in rain or just driving in dry weather. And no, you lose traction so quickly and the car becomes completely uncontrollable. And people just need to slow down and they don't know how to do it. So I'd say the acceptable amount of snow here in the States, in Bulgaria, it's a Great Dane. But here in the States, I'd say smaller than Chihuahua. If we talk in terms of like dog days of winter.
Right. Dog Days of Winter. That should be a band name.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, no, Evo, you hit on a super salient point. I absolutely remember having snow discipline as a beginning driver, and I just don't see it now. In fact, I have chains for all of my vehicles, but I don't actually. I have not had the opportunity to use chains on a car probably since the late 90s.
Are they still legal to use?
You can always use them in the dungeon.
That's where they end up working. Yeah.
Chains are required if you get snow in Colorado. You'll see signs all over the place that say, trucks got to stop here, put chains on.
Yeah, no, I know, but like here in some other states, they're illegal because
starting
of
to
what
make
they
them.
do to the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly if you don't have any snow, because in order to use chains, you need to be like when I lived in Michigan back in the 80s, where the snow comes and then the snowplows can't get it off of the roads. There's always maybe 3-4 inches of packed snow on the roads, and that's when you really need the chains. And I'm glad I learned to drive on the snow in Michigan because it never phases me at all. But yeah, I'm more worried about everybody else.
Amen to that.
And I have no acceptable amount of snow. For me, the issue is what kind of snow is it?
See, this is what happens when you talk to somebody from Michigan. They start going into all of their different descriptions of the snow.
I won't get into all of the different types of snow. I'll just keep it simple. Yesterday, shoveling my driveway was a joy because the snow was the perfect balance of size and wetness.
It was too wet.
It was too wet.
No.
Yeah, it was heavy and too wet.
I shoveled for 3 hours. It was heavy and wet and didn't stick to the asphalt, which was fantastic. But my goodness, it was very wet.
I didn't find it heavy at all because for my.
Yeah, because I was going to say, they said it on the news that it was heavy and wet and to be careful when you're shoveling.
It was perfect for me. In my opinion, it was perfect. But for my driveway, the way I do my driveway, it was absolutely perfect because I could push my shovel. It would not go too far over to the sides, and it would go forward, and I was able to get all of the snow pretty much pushed to the edge, one little click, and it was off. It only took me like an hour and a half to do my driveway.
I don't know how long it took my maintenance man.
But it still doesn't compare to when I was in Michigan. And my favorite story to tell from there is the first year we were there, it snowed so much that my dad and I shoveled so much snow off to the side of the driveway that I could dig a tunnel from the front door to the mailbox that was tall enough for my 4-year-old sister to walk.
They put that on the map. There was such a mountain you built.
Oh, it was.
It was on the United States map.
So, Miss Alena, first of all, thank you for coming. I missed you, so it's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So you are Ivo's daughter, and which means you get to experience the joy that is Bulgaria. But you don't actually get to spend a whole lot of winters there, do you?
I've never spent the winter there.
Gotcha.
I was always going in the summer, so I don't know what winter's like.
Gotcha. But you've ridden the gondola up to the top of Mount Vito,
Yeah,
right?
I've ridden the gondola up to the top, but not during the winter. I did live in Chicago for 3 years, so there was a lot more snow.
What kind of, well, I love Chicago, so I'm only joking when I say what kind of wicked winter hell was that?
Oh, it was like 8 months. Winter lasted 8 months. It was, it would get dark at like 2:30 p.m., 3 p.m.
No, it's true.
It was like dark all the time. And the snow, it's like this amount of snow. Like the first day it snowed, but like every day for like 2 months, every single day. And so I would say that's too much. Like this amount of snow, which is not too high, like schnauzer level. What's the phrase? It's Shih Tzu level.
Shih Tzu level.
Shih Tzu level. That amount of snow every
A Shih
single
Tzu
day for 3 months is too much snow. Because it's like to get Shih Tzu level snow every single day for 3 months is just too much. Like,
I agree. No, I lived in Pennsylvania, and we experienced that. Like the first year that I was there, we got 20 inches a day for like for essentially a month. So we had like well over 100 inches of piled up snow. So when they plowed the street, it was like you were in a giant toboggan chute because the snow banks were 10 feet high, and you couldn't see around corners because the snow came up to the edge of the street.
I've seen that in Colorado before.
Yeah.
My mom has pictures of the snow up to the top of her garage door.
It's awesome. Meredith. Mm-hmm. Our people are a warm-blooded people.
Mm-hmm.
But she works at 5 below.
Oh,
There you go, bringing people in there.
So for what do you say is too much snow?
Annie. Fuck snow. So I have some very strong feelings. As you know, I'm from the South. And
I'm wrapping my head around you having strong feelings.
Yeah, I know. You're going to get used to it. Don't worry about it. We can do it in doses.
All right.
All right, so I am a fan of the way that the snow happens in Houston. It comes down out of the sky, and then you never see it on the ground. And that's the best type of snow. Because snow's beautiful, but I wish it, like, dissipated more like rain. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need it there for more than, maybe one picture of a snowman, and then it's good.
Right.
Like, it can go away. I don't... Skiing to school, yeah, fuck all that shit. No, hell no. Snowshoes, no. Hard no. I particularly hate this type of snow that we have right now because it's the type of snow that turns into ice easily. So not a fan of that. And since we're comparing to the size of dogs, I'm going to say any amount of snow that is taller than the tapeworm inside of the dog's intestine is too much for me.
So Cassidy. Go ahead, Julie.
But do you mean if you took tapeworm, held it up?
No. I mean, if the tapeworm is laying horizontally on the ground, there should not be more snow than that percent, whatever decimal of an inch that is. It's too much.
So Cassidy, as you know, one of the premier ideas of this podcast is that your mom is wrong. So I have to ask.
He keeps trying to make it so, but he hasn't.
With your
yet.
mom's rather twisted ideas on snow. Okay, tell me how you feel about the snow.
I love snow more than anything.
That's her dad. I fucked up with that.
Technically, I was born in the South, but I lived there for 11 days and then moved here.
Gotcha.
So I've lived in the Midwest most of my life. And I absolutely love snow. Right where it's right above the pit bull's head.
Gotcha. Oh, hell no.
I love snow.
She has too much slave owner blood in her. I'm
sorry. Well, that's your fault.
I wish though, if it didn't snow on roads and on sidewalks. Because I have to walk my dog on sidewalks.
Oh, good point.
And I don't want his paws to get cold, because when his paws get cold, he makes me almost carry him up the stairs.
And your dog is not a tiny dog.
He's 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a baby.
I don't really like snow for that reason. But if it didn't snow on the roads and sidewalks, then I want as much snow as possible.
So you
I
want
love
snow to
sledding.
grow in selected areas. Like,
Exactly.
I like that.
right?
I
Like a
like
snow
that as an
barrier
idea.
along the streets and sidewalks.
Snow remote
Would-
control.
yeah.
Now we just put heaters in all the roads and all the sidewalks, melt it when it hits. That's
There you go. There you go.
Okay, gang, we're going to do a short show tonight, so I'm just going to want to ask you guys, would you prefer to do the Cat Williams question or the Trump question? All in favor? All,
Same thing.
all in favor of the Cat Williams question, raise your hand. Okay, I got nobody. All in favor of the Trump question, raise your hand. Okay, I got one Trump person that's interested in the Trump question. Huh?
Can we win the first one back?
Nope, too late.
No, but I want now.
Nope, too late. Nope, too late.
Yo,
so now we're going to talk about Bob.
we are not gonna. Why are we even talking about Cat Williams and Trump? Somebody beat Tetris.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Yes.
Forget
We
everything
have
else.
an
Before the
official
end of the
kill
universe.
screen for Tetris
Kill
now.
screen. I didn't know there's a kill screen for
Oh,
Tetris.
Right?
I knew there
I
was
have
one,
not
but
heard
I didn't know
about
that
that.
Oh my-
it had been done by computers or computer
No, it's
assisted. This
13.
one
13-year-old
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
and the original, not or one of the early versions of Tetris, not one of the newer ones that they use like for competition.
Dad, did you see the reporter lady who was like, God, this kid needs to go outside. Ugh.
Right. Like, how do you make it a news story and then, like, demean
He was
what
the
he just
first
did?
ever person to do something, and you're like, ugh.
I'm sorry. I feel
Touch
like
some
all of the
grass.
ladies have completely tuned out at this point. They're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
No, actually,
Excuse-
Tetris is one of my favorite games.
Oh,
I
okay.
hadn't heard anything
I just
about
played
it.
I just saw
Nanogram.
that you
I
guys
was
were
like- I
all
was like,
on
can
your
Can I
phone.
not play Nanogram
Meredith, do you
in
not know what
peace?
happened?
Oh,
No, I hadn't heard anything about it.
So what happened was there's this.
I just
13
read it though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say it
Totally
again.
just, that's what I was doing. I was reading it. I was like, oh shit, now.
No, I think that's very cool. So, actually, I'm feeling like neither of these questions are going to get a whole lot of traction. So I'm just going to skip to the last question and say, I don't know that I want to go to the movies no more. So I know that I want to see Wonka, and I know I want to see Iron Claw, but I don't know that I want to see them enough to go to a theater. Am I wrong? Is there
Yes.
something that I'm missing?
I think you're a tweaker for that. My main argument is that movies are great. Movie theaters are great. Some things aren't great about them, but like it's a lot more fun, I think. And personally, I don't have an incentive to go out and see any movies, but that's because right now there's none I really want to see. You know, like the only thing that I've been thinking about is Across the Spider-Verse 2.
But that's not
Beyond,
out.
sorry. Yeah, but yeah. So I have
Cassie hit him with the correction.
I have no reason to like go out and see any right now.
Gotcha. Chris, were you about to say something?
For me, I much prefer going to see movies these days in the smaller, more intimate theaters. If I know a lot of them, the big ones from my youth are kind of disappearing. A lot of people don't really seem to want to go to the big pack 'em in type. But I'd still go to a movie. I haven't gone in a while, but there's really not been much that I'd want to
That
see
you're
at this
interested
point.
in? Yeah. Sophia, you look like you're pondering this question deeply.
Listen, I talked about this before. I fucking love going to the movies. I love movie theaters. I love making a day out of seeing a movie. I think it's awesome.
Mhm.
I really want to go. I want to go see Saltburn in a theater with people because I think that would
What?
be awesome.
What was it?
Saltburn.
So, is it dual release? Because like I was about to watch it on Netflix last night. Is it also is it also simultaneously released at the
I
theater?
don't know if
It's
they're-
called Salt Burn.
Have you not heard of this movie? Go into it blind. It's
I
good.
don't give a shit about movies.
All right. I think we have come to the end of our show. I want to thank each one of you individually. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Evo. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Parker. Thank you, Andre. Again, I have been Lou Walton of Wednesday Night Undressed.
Yay! Awesome.